Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Dehradun to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects worth Rs 18,000 crore today, including the Delhi-Dehradun Economic Corridor. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to address the 5th Indian Ocean Conference at Abu Dhabi today. The theme of two-day conference is Indian Ocean, Ecology, Economy, Epidemic. Navy Day being celebrated today. On the eve, Indian Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar says the Navy has maintained its operational readiness and tempo alongside playing the role of a caregiver in spite of complexities posed by COVID-19 pandemic and security of India's northern borders. Size 22 bilateral and multilateral exercises in 2021 as evidence of its readiness. Cyclone Jawad likely to cause heavy rainfall in coastal districts of Andhra, Odisha and West Bengal today. PM Modi directs officials to take every possible measure to ensure people's safety. UGC NET examinations rescheduled in some cities of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. In the second and last test match between India and New Zealand, Mayank Agarwal's unbeaten 120 leads India to 221 for 4, with Ajaz Patel being the lone wicket taker for New Zealand on a weather-affected day 1. In badminton, PV Sindhu and Lakshya Sen to play in the BWF World Tour Finals today. Sindhu will face Japan's Akane Yamaguchi, while Lakshya Sen will face top seed Denmark's Victor Axelsen. Very good morning, I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Let's start with the top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Dehradun and inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects worth around Rs 18,000 crore today. A significant focus of the visit will be on projects to improve road infrastructure, which will make travel smooth and safer and also increase tourism in the region. This is in line with the vision of Prime Minister to boost connectivity in the areas which were once considered far-flung. Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone of 11 development projects. This includes the Delhi-Dehradun Economic Corridor, which will be built at a cost of around Rs 8,300 crore. It will significantly reduce the travel time from Delhi to Dehradun from 6 hours to around 2.5 hours. The Greenfield Alignment Project from Delhi-Dehradun Economic Corridor connecting Halgoa, Saharanpur to Bhadrabad, Haridwar will be constructed at a cost of over Rs 2,000 crore. The Dehradun Paonta Sahib Road Project to be constructed at a cost of around Rs 1,700 crore, which will reduce travel time and provide seamless connectivity between the two places. A bridge across River Ganga next to Lakshman Jhula will also be constructed. Prime Minister will also lay the foundation stone for the child-friendly city project to make the city child-friendly by making the roads safer for their travel. In line with Prime Minister's vision to develop smart spiritual towns and upgrade tourism-related infrastructure, the foundation stone for infrastructure development works at Sri Badrinath Dham and Gangotri Yamunotri Dham will be laid. Prime Minister will also inaugurate 7 projects, including those which focus on making travel safer by tackling the problem of chronic landslides in the region. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will address the 5th Indian Ocean Conference to be held in Abu Dhabi today and tomorrow. Besides, Sri Lankan President, Maldivian Vice President and the Fijian Prime Minister will also address the conference. The theme of the Indian Ocean Conference 2021 is Indian Ocean, Ecology, Economy, Epidemic. Over 2 days, senior leaders from Indian Ocean littoral countries will cover the issues related to the region in the pre-conference workshops and plenary sessions. Discussion on ensuring sustainable use of marine resources, effect of climate change, mitigating the effects of natural disasters, green energy solutions for a sustainable future, protecting marine environment and reducing the impact of marine pollution in the Indian Ocean region. Discussion on economic recovery and growth in the emerging markets and developing countries of the IOR post-COVID, critical importance of trade routes in Indian Ocean, renewables as the new currency for Indian Ocean energy security, fostering greater economic cooperation in the IOR, also discussion on impact of COVID-19 on countries of the IOR, global fault lines and vulnerabilities of the healthcare system, socio-economic fallouts, regional cooperation and future challenges, cooperation in public health as a tool of diplomacy, espousing innovation in healthcare management. Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba on Friday reviewed the preparations being undertaken to tackle the impending cyclone Jawad in the Bay of Bengal region and directed all agencies involved to ensure no life is lost and property damage is minimum. Met Department has stated that cyclone is expected to reach the North Andhra Pradesh and Odisha coast by today morning. Thereafter, it will recurve and move towards the West Bengal coast. The cyclone would bring with heavy to very heavy rainfall. Wind speeds ranging up to 90 to 100 kilometers per hour, accompanied by tidal waves, are expected. Chief Secretaries and senior officers of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal and Andaman and Nicobar Islands apprised the NCMC of preparatory measures taken by them. It was informed that all efforts are underway to ensure the safe return of fishermen from the sea. Cyclone shelters have been readied and evacuation of people from low-lying areas is being carried out. All actions have been taken to stock food grains, drinking water and other essential supplies. Teams for maintenance and restoration of power, roads, water supply and other essential services have also been positioned. Harvesting of standing crops is also being done to minimize damages. The NDRF has committed 64 teams across Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Out of this, 45 teams are deployed while rest 19 are kept on reserve. Rescue and relief teams of the Army and Navy along with ships and aircrafts are also ready for deployment as required. And due to the red alert issued in the states of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh for Cyclone Jawad, UGC net examination to be held on 5th December tomorrow in Bhubaneswar, Gunupur, Cuttack, Behrampur, Puri and Visakhapatnam has been rescheduled. The examination for all other cities of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and all other states will be held as per schedule. The revised date sheet for the rescheduled examination will be uploaded later on the NTA website. Each year, Navy Day is celebrated on December 1st to mark the daredevil attack by the Indian Navy on Karachi Naval Harbour in 1971. As the nation marks 50 years since the 1971 war, Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar yesterday held a press conference during which he asserted that the Navy has maintained combat and mission readiness and resulted in preventing any misadventure in its maritime domain. He said that out of 39 ships and submarines, 37 are being built in India under Make in India, showing the force's quest for Atmanirbhar Bharat. He also cited 22 bilateral and multilateral exercises in 2021 as evidence of its readiness.
Jai Hind. On the occasion of Navy Day 2021, I reaffirm the Indian Navy's unwavering commitment to preserve, protect and promote India's maritime interests. Navy Day commemorates the Indian Navy's daring attack on Karachi Harbour on 4th December 1971. Navy Day in this Swarnim Vijay Varsh, the 50th anniversary of our decisive victory, the 1971 Indo-Pak War, is particularly significant. On this solemn occasion, we pay homage to the supreme sacrifices made by our martyrs, express gratitude to veterans, and rededicate ourselves in service of the nation. India's inherent maritime character and geostrategic position in the Indian Ocean define our status as a major maritime nation. As the principal manifestation of India's maritime power, the Indian Navy plays a central role in ensuring security and furthering India's national interests at sea. Over the past year, notwithstanding the unprecedented challenges posed by COVID-19, the Indian Navy's operational deployments have been bold, purposeful, and in support of national endeavors. The Navy contributed to the national effort to battle the pandemic and aid friendly foreign countries through provision of health care and aid. The Navy has also been at the forefront of cooperative engagements towards realizing the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Sagar, that is, security and growth for all in the region, by ensuring that the seas remain free, open, inclusive, and rules-based. The Navy's efforts have acted as a binding glue, strengthening bonds with like-minded partners across the seascape of the Indian Ocean and beyond. The Indian Navy's operational activities are underpinned by a steadfast focus on capability accretion, which remains anchored in Atmanirbharta and Make in India. The Navy has nurtured our indigenous shipbuilding program since 1960, when INS Ajay, the first indigenously built ship, was commissioned into the Navy. We have traversed a long and challenging path in transforming from a buyer's Navy into a builder's Navy. Today, more than 130 warships and submarines have been constructed at Indian shipyards. Platforms across the spectrum, from aircraft carrier to submarines, stealth destroyers, frigates to corvettes, are all being constructed in our country, which is a matter of great pride for us. And of the 39 ships and submarines being constructed for the Navy, 37 are being built at Indian shipyards. This unyielding focus on indigenization and self-reliance plows back a significant portion of the Navy's budget into the Indian economy and accrues numerous downstream benefits like employment generation and upskilling the workforce. Our comprehensive engagements and partnerships with shipbuilding industry, MSMEs, ancillary industries, and startups contribute to national prosperity while enhancing the Navy's capabilities. In all these endeavors, the personnel manning and supporting combat platforms remain our most important asset. Our men and women in white are amongst the most capable in the world and remain poised to go into harm's way to safeguard our national maritime interests anywhere, anytime. We are committed to developing our capabilities in an integrated manner to foster jointness, and this would enable the combined combat potential of tri-services to be brought to bear in a synergized manner. On the occasion of Navy Day, on behalf of all uniformed and civilian personnel of the Indian Navy, I would like to reiterate the Navy's commitment to safeguarding India's territorial integrity, maritime frontiers, and maritime interests. As the sentinel of the maritime domain, the Indian Navy continues to maintain a close watch and stands ready to overcome any challenges that India may face. Thank you. Jai Hind. Shano Varun.
Well, COVID updates now. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 126.44 crore, with the administration of over 66.58 lakh vaccine doses in the last 24 hours. Cumulatively, 126 crore 44 lakh 92,187 beneficiaries have been vaccinated across the country so far. The vaccination exercise as a tool to protect the most vulnerable population groups in the country from COVID-19 continues to be regularly reviewed and monitored at the highest level. The Indian payments industry sees a sea change, with the share of digital payments gaining a formidable size of the pie in the past few years. An exponential spurt in online shopping and the pandemic gave virtual transactions a boost. So, the value of digital transactions through India's Unified Payment Interface or UPI has increased from rupees 4.94 lakh crore in April 2021 to rupees 7.71 lakh crore in October this year. So, UPI crossed 400 crore transactions of value more than rupees 7 lakh crore in October alone. This growth has been widespread. Even rural markets contributed in a big way. Overall, digital payment transactions have witnessed a multi-fold increase in the last few years, growing to rupees 5,554 crore in financial year 2020-2021 from 1,004 crore in financial year 2016-17. Well, let's now take a look at updates on COVID-19 from across the globe. The world is seeing an upward trend in COVID-19 cases yet again. The number of cases of the disease have crossed 26 crore 51 lakh globally, while so far more than 23 crore 88 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19 worldwide. The virus has claimed over 52 lakh 57,000 lives, and the US continues to remain worst affected with the disease, registering more than 4 crore 98 lakh cases and over 8 lakh fatalities. And COVID-19 cases have been mushrooming all across European countries, with the UK being the hardest hit in the continent. The UK has more than 1 crore 3 lakh cases of COVID-19, followed by France, where the cases have risen above 78 lakh and 23,000. Germany also registers a spike in the number of cases, with total tally standing above 60 lakh and 97,000. Italy trails behind, where the over 50 lakh 77,000 COVID-19 cases have been registered. A new British study titled Cough Boost has found that COVID-19 vaccines made by Pfizer and Moderna that use mRNA technology provide the biggest boost to antibody levels when given 10 to 12 weeks after the second dose. The study found that 6 of the 7 boosters examined enhanced immunity after initial vaccination with Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine, while all 7 increased immunity when given after 2 doses of AstraZeneca's vaccine. The Cough Boost study predated the spread of the emergent Omicron variant of concern. The study, however, found that booster shots also helped generate a broad T-cell response against the Beta and Delta variants, which may play a key role in longer-term protection. And Nigeria will start vaccine booster shots from next week for COVID-19 after the country confirmed its first case of Omicron variant among 2 travelers who arrived from South Africa last week. The executive director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency said booster shots will be available from December 10th to those that have been fully vaccinated. Only 2.9% of Nigerians eligible to get vaccines have been inoculated so far. The government plans a massive campaign to aim at half of its target population by the end of January to reach herd immunity. Belgium, meanwhile, tightened its coronavirus restrictions for the 3rd consecutive week on Friday to fight one of Europe's worst spikes of COVID-19 cases. It, however, stopped short of the strict curbs imposed in the neighboring Netherlands or Austria, with cases among children rising the most. Belgian Prime Minister said mask mandates will apply from age 6. The current requirement to wear a mask is for those aged 10 years and older. Primary schools will shut for Christmas and New Year holidays a week earlier, and secondary schools will shift to a hybrid system with half of classes from home. By contrast, bars and restaurants in Belgium, home to EU institutions and NATO, will still be able to open until 11 p.m., 6 hours later than in the Netherlands. Indirect US-Iranian talks on salvaging the 2015 Iran nuclear deal teetered on the brink of crisis on Friday as they broke off until next week, with European officials expressing dismay at the demands of Iran's new hardline administration. The 7th round of talks in Vienna is the first with delegates sent by Iran's anti-Western President Ebrahim Raisi. His election in June caused a hiatus in the talks of 5 months, heightening suspicions among US and European officials that Iran is playing for time while it makes nuclear advances. Meanwhile, France, Britain and Germany said in a statement that Iran was demanding major changes to the text. The 3 European powers expressed disappointment and concern at Iran's demands, some of which they said were incompatible with the deal's terms or went beyond them. The 2015 agreement imposed strict limits on Iran's uranium enrichment activities, extending the time it would need to produce enough fissile material for a nuclear bomb if it chose to at least a year from around 2 to 3 months. In a horrific incident, a mob of factory employees in eastern Pakistan tortured and burned a Sri Lankan manager on Friday. The incident happened in the eastern town of Sialkot. Investigators believe the attackers had accused the manager of blasphemy. Television footage showed crowds of hundreds of people in the streets of Sialkot, in the heart of Pakistan's most heavily industrialized region, where much of country's export industry is based. Mob killings over accusations of blasphemy have been frequent in Muslim-majority Pakistan, where the crime can carry the death sentence. Meanwhile, around 50 people have been arrested so far in the incident. Pakistan Chief Prime Minister Imran Khan condemned the killing and said he was personally overseeing the investigations and said those guilty would be punished. In Iraq, at least 13 people, including 3 villagers and 10 Kurdish soldiers, were killed in an attack by Islamic State militants on a village in the northern region on Friday. The attack took place in the Makhmour region, a hotbed for Islamic State activity that sees regular attacks against Kurdish forces. Iraqi forces and often civilians. There was no immediate claim by Islamic State for the attack. The group regularly wages assaults against security forces and civilians in the area. Well, sports now. India reached 221 for 4 against New Zealand at the end of a curtailed opening day's play in the second test on Friday. At stumps, Mayank Agarwal was batting on 120 and Riddhiman Saha on 25. Earlier, after the entire first session was wiped off swing to a wet outfield caused by overnight rain, India opted to bat first when the returning Virat Kohli won the toss at the Wankhede Stadium. Openers Mayank Agarwal and Shubman Gill put out 80 runs for the first wicket before the latter was dismissed by Ijaz Patel. The out-of-form Cheteshwar Pujara and skipper Virat Kohli were sent back in quick succession by the Mumbai-born left-arm spinner, who finished the day with impressive figures of 4 for 73. Badminton now. Double Olympic medalist PV Sindhu joined compatriot Lakshya Sen into the semis of the BWF World Tour Finals. Sindhu will lock horns against Japan's Akane Yamaguchi, who has won all her 3 group games and has looked in phenomenal touch. Both the players have faced each other 20 times, out of which Sindhu has won 12 times. In men's singles, Lakshya Sen will also play semi-finals today, in which he will face Olympic champion Denmark's Victor Axelsen. Both the players have played twice so far, and Lakshya has lost in both the games. Well, that's all we have in this news bulletin. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.